You have a preference? Would you rather start with it lengthways down the spine to?
No preference. No, I like.
So let's go this way. So.
Should I be parallel with you or? I know
Whatever's better
classes.
for you to see, you know, so you should be able to see me here.
Okay, so this is okay.
Yeah, I can still see you.
Okay.
That's good. All right, so we're gonna lean back onto the roller. Have it sort of at like the base of the rib cage, the base of the shoulder blades. And then support your head with your hands. And then we'll just look up the wall towards the ceiling and behind. To go back into an arch back here, or an extension. So it's always an inhale. And then we exhale and shift the hip forward, pull the elbows down and curl the tail up. So your waist sinks down. Perfect. And then arch back. The elbows are wide, that pulls the weights together behind you for support and extension. And then exhale, lift your head, look down your nose. We'll use the hands to support the weight of your skull. Curl forward, tail up, eyes down, stretch out that area by your sacrum. Good. And then back again. Arching. The head pulls back, so you'll stretch your throat. And exhale. Use the neck muscles, but also use the arms to pull the head up. And round the back, waist sinks towards the ground. Scoop the body into that hammock and then take it back again. The wider and lower the elbows go, the more you stretch your pecs. And then we come in, and if you bring the elbows together and down, the blades of the parts of the ribs move back between them. And one more time like this. Arching back, gives you a little massage here at the T10, T12 area where so many people are tonight. And then exhale, pull forward, look down towards your abdominals. Now here we're just going to rock to the side, so up with the left shoulder to your right. And then go over to the left, picking up the right rib cage. And you know what, your hair's long, so you might want to pull it up if you have anything to keep it.
I lost my hairband.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I don't carry any on me. I should. Yeah, that'll work. And when you get to the outside edge of the shoulder blade, sometimes that's the part that's really tight as you get the left, as you get the left. And you're always welcome if you're running across a spot that really needs help. You can sort of go back and forth there and just try to massage out the neighborhood of that area that's tight. And twist. And then we can come back to center. Press the feet, lift the hips. And then you can either feet forward if you need to, but pull the knees forward, lift your hips back behind you. You can maybe a stretch of the quads. And then push up your feet, roll to the base of the ribs, but not any lower. And then the knees go forward, the hips are lifted by the work in your glutes. This will give you the extension flexion, gives you more pressure into the shoulder blades. Yeah, nice. This forward hips up in the air and head drops behind you. And then press into the roller with your thoracic spine with the rib cage. Go to the base of the ribs. And once more, hips up, head back. And then flex as you push away from your feet. Then we'll go down. And come on up and take the roller once under the knees. And when you lay down on your back, you'll bridge up and the roller goes across under the sacrum. Now here, just pick up one knee as you inhale, the second knee as you exhale, legs it together, and pull the roller gently towards your waist to keep it in position. So the knees fall to the right, you look left. Exhale, pick up the right hip and sweep the knees over to the left and look to the right shoulder blade hip. And we go from side to side. Massaging out the glute. And also feel that lift in the left waist as you can switch to the right. Maybe try to reach out through the sits bone. when you're in that stretch to get a little more length here in your side line. And one more set. Play that nice rotation in the back. And here we go to the other side. And then come back up to center. And we're just going to go over to the right and stay there. Maybe see if there's a spot that needs a little help. And circle the knees, they're together. You just stir them in the air to massage out that part of the glute. You might need it more laterally, you might need it more medially towards the sacrum. And then reverse the circles. And then the knees back up and over to the left. Skip the hips, look away, and circle the knees. And reverse your circle. And then pause and come back to center. So lower the feet, lift the hips, rotate the roller underneath the feet, you're on a fresh spot on the roller. And then we pull the knees into the chest and lift the legs up to the ceiling. Really stretch the back of the legs, bring them both back a little bit further forward over the chest. And then do a flexed ankle and a pointed foot, point flex a few times. Get that work into your calves. Inhale to point, exhale to flex. And now from a soft point, let's bring the right leg back, left leg forward into your scissors. Stretch the legs, good. And then we switch them. They skip past each other in opposite directions. Reach long and then switch them again. As the leg goes back, try to feel the leg in the hamstrings, stretching it open. As the leg goes forward, feel the weight of the foot, the weight of the leg, opening up your hip and stretching the quad shin. And then after this, we'll bring both legs up to the ceiling. Externally rotate. Leave the left leg vertical, bring the right leg out to the side and down. Gonna hold the left side on the roller. Exhale, pull the right leg up. Moving slowly, smoothly through the air, and then the left leg goes sideways. And exhale, drag it up. The muscle you stretch now works to lift the leg. And we take it over on the right. And pull it up to the ceiling. Push the air side through it. And now the right leg is still soft through the foot, long through the leg, reaching for the sky. And the left leg comes up and gets longer as it comes to the ceiling. Now let's scissor switch the legs again. Right back and forward. And now draw semicircles with the legs and a circle on the ceiling. Rotating the leg, give circumduction at the hip. Little external rotations it goes out, little internal rotations it comes back towards the center. One here, and then both legs lift up to the ceiling, and now we frog in. So pull the heel connection towards your tailbone, your knees, the width of your hips. Pull the roller steady, you're gonna push out on a long diagonal, stretch the legs, and exhale, pull back in. So here we're taking the legs at a height that makes you work into your low core, you feel the abdominal wall stiffen as the legs go out, and the belly pulls tight as you breathe out and pull the knees in. So reach away. And exhale, pull it back. Maintain the slight press, heel to heel. So you are aware of your inner thighs engagement. One more like that. Reach and stretch. and from in. And now legs together, knees together, sides of the feet together. Self point with your feet, so you're lifting the arch. And you press out, the toes are soft off the edge of your body. And exhale, pull the legs back in. You push. And then exhale, start the breath, and then pull the legs back in over your belly towards your chest. And press right out again. You change the angle if it's too much for your back. The legs go higher. If it's not enough for the abs, the legs go lower. And that changes as you continue the repetitions, right? The body will either warm up and you can go lower, or it will get a little tired and go higher. Now, when you're in, flex the feet, dorsiflexion here, and push out with your heels. The toes curl in towards your shins, and exhale, drag the hip connection back in towards the tail. And you reach again, strong legs, pressing 1,000-pound weight away, and then dragging it back in. Stretching completely. Get those toes pulled back in, so you feel that stretch in the calf muscle, whether the legs are going out, and even a little bit as they come in. One more like that. The legs are tight together, and then you pull back home. And now we lift the legs up to the ceiling, soft point. Bring them back enough that you feel a little more stretch in the hamstring, and we point flex the feet here. Roll through the foot, reach onto the metatarsals, the balls of the feet, and then roll the toes forward and up. Pull the toes back, and then you lift the ankles and lift the heels to flex the ankle. So you articulate from one end of the foot to the other, and you point and flex. Okay, and then point. Bend the knees, exhale, lower the feet down. Lift up, and then just check that the roller is still under the sacrum. You can rotate it. Want to try different spot. Good for the roller, and it also just to make sure that you're always in the right spot. Check periodically. So here we go. We'll stretch the right leg forward. The left knee is either bent with the foot grounded, or the knee can pull in if it's easier on your back. Either's fine. And then we'll stretch out and we'll try to keep that like directly in front of the socket, and bring the right arm back by your ear. Opening up the right front of your body here, stretch it out. And then we can pull the right foot back in and go to the left. Arm goes back, open up the hip, and stretch the leg long. Use your breath to access a deeper stretch, inhale for length. And exhale, thinking the body melting as the belly sinks down towards your spine. Again. Exhale, release it out. Now we'll try both legs, both arms. If it's too much, bend your knees a little bit, or go back to one of the earlier forms of this. Leave your eyes getting heavier and sinking deep into their sides. The legs here probably want to be a little extra rotated to the side. Right, feel that stretch between the hip and crest, which is broadening a little bit as the legs sink closer and closer to the ground. And one more breath in. And sigh that out. Toss forward, pull the legs in, and then let's hug the knees into your chest. Roll the toe up to round the low back. After extension, it probably wants a little flexion. And then we can lower the feet, lift the hips, and take a roll out. Push it aside, and stretch your legs forward. The arms will lift and roll up. You could use weights on your ankles here. You could use a hairband around your feet, or you just go for a stretch and then lift the arms, wave at the shoulders, lift the headband and the shoulders here. Exhale, come up, and curve your body forward. get more stretch, you flex the toes back in towards your shins, and you suck the weights back into your spine. And then the hands can go low. It's a little easier, higher makes it a little more difficult. So just figure out where you want the arm position, so it's challenging, but you still articulate every vertebra down. Beautifully done, and then take the arms back, run the body open, and we lift again. Remember, you want that exhale before you need to pull the bulk of the ribcage up. Bounce over the hip, hinge down low to stretch the neck. Your body is curved as if it's over a ball, and then that beach ball starts to open up from the pubic bone to the navel to the hips, the waist, the ribs, the shoulders. And then give the head fall back, and then the reach the fall back. If your arms behind you is fine. Lift them up with the arm, squeeze it from the armpits, come up. It's like using an invisible magic circle to help you access the muscles in your right under the chest wall here, your external obliques, and then we're coming back down. We'll come all the way back down. Put your spine from one end to the other. And then let's circle the arms around, folding these into your chest. And today, let's put the hands to the back of your legs, pull the elbows wide as you lift up into your upper curl. Go down your nose into your abs, extend the arms, extend the legs, and circle up the arms. Inhaling and exhaling again. Really be aware that the abdominals are pulling you forward, as if you're starting to dive down into the belly. Steady press of the arms up and down. You can always rest your head back. You can always pump with one arm and support the head with the other. The higher you can come up, the easier it is on your neck. But that takes flexibility as well. So another option here would be you can reach for, be sure that you've got some of the mat behind you. Hold the mat's edges with your hands, pull it in, and then just come up and use the mat itself to help you support into that upper hill. And then take it back, lay it down, and do that a few times to start to build strength into the upper abs and flexibility into your spine. Right. So then from here, you're going to grab the roller and take it between the legs, or hot dog, or bring it up without using the roller. So again, hands to your thighs, pull yourself up, upper curl, try to come towards the brow line or the base of the scapula. And then you can take one hand at a time to your head, support it, pull it up, and pull it forward and down. Now don't look up, so you just slide the roller forward. Imagine it stays parallel to the ground as you reach it away. Go as far as you're absolutely feel that work, supporting the weight of your legs and the roller, and then pull the knees back in towards your chest. So think of lifting your chest and your head and following the roller away from you. And then try to lift your head and your chest more to come up to meet the thighs as they retract in towards your body. So you're continually trying to find that lift and that forward pull using these upper abs, and then bring the knees back in. Try not to fall back just because the legs are coming back in, doesn't mean the shoulders go back to the ground. So one more, squeeze the ball, the roller, and then pull it back in as you wheel, re-engaging the upper abs. Okay, so roll to the side, and we're reaching for the hips. So the band around the right foot, off the arch, roll back, and find that spinal articulation again. You push the right leg out into the band as you counterweight, and then let's go up to the ceiling. Check up on the band, and the elbows go forward and down towards your legs. So with the soft point, let's talk about your back. We'll circle the leg, the right leg goes to the left, and then forward and low. You pivot from the elbows, trying to keep the wrists as straight as you can, as you keep the circle at the top. So one breath per circle, a short deep inhale, and then a long slow exhale. All the way around and up to the ceiling. So the right side gets heavier as the leg moves left. The left side gets heavier even before the leg moves to the right. So the pelvis is grounded like it's bolted into the mat beneath you. Keep it steady and strong and heavy on the mat. We'll do one more circle here. Reaching out to the center of the foot. Push out to the band. And when you do that, the more it supports you. Now reverse. The right leg moves right without tipping the left hip off the floor, and then pull that right leg across the body. It rotates internally and neutral at the top. So stretch, the band is stretching, so are the muscles in the leg. You drag it across the body to get a nice stretch in the lateral hip, and reach again. The shorter the inhale, the longer the exhale, the more the abdominal wall really strengthens as it finds that contraction. Stable the spine. You push it further and further with the foot into space, and we'll do one more circle here. Reach and then circle low, drag it across and bring it up high. Okay, and then we'll take the end of the band in the right hand. Open that leg out to the right. Left side is heavy. You can have your left hand at the hip and press, and then rock the right leg towards your shoulder and leg. It might be bent, it could be straight, depends on your body today. Then as you exhale, we use the upper inner thigh to lift the leg up to the ceiling, switch hand to the top, and cross the leg over, extend the right arm, without of the hand, as you feel the hip, the waist, the ribs, lower ribs anyway, coming off the ground. Stretch the leg for the far wall, and then rotate the leg internally. Feel that stretch go up and across your back. One more breath here. And then we unwind the body, pull from the shoulder to the waist, and then bring those up in the air, and then pull it back, giving a nice little stretch. And now we fold the knee in, inside the air from the foot. Embrace the knee to your chest wall, and then to the right arm. Bring it back to the chest, and then release it forward and down. When you head down, shake out your legs. Notice the difference, the ease on the right side, the way it's dropped into the floor. And now we'll start with the left. So you can pull that right leg into your body. Give it a little hug here. So body enjoys a little compression before and after stretch. Bend on the foot and then the foot to the floor. Let your elbows forward by the hip press. Lift the leg up and then soft point through the foot, the toes pull slightly back. Now we circle, inhale across the body, the left leg goes to the right, and then it goes low, out to the side, all the way around the circle and up to the ceiling. So reach again. So we can push out into your strap, pull back with your elbows into the ground. The pelvis is heavy, like it's filled with wet sand and concrete. You want to think it gets heavier on the left side as the leg goes right. It gets heavier on the right side as the leg goes to the left. All the way around and up to the ceiling. Pushing out to the center of the sole of the foot. We rotate the leg, complete the circle at the top, and let's do one more in this direction. A little further each time, the other leg is still heavy and resting on the ground. Now let's reverse. The left leg moves to the left and goes forward, across the body, and pull the body up, and reach again here. Circle left, drag around, and lift it up. The inhale gets shorter, the exhale gets longer with every repetition, so you engage the abdominal wall a little deeper with every breath. Come to the top, let's do one more circle. But enjoy the feeling of the people moving on the hip joint. Come all the way around. Here we go from the top, and we'll take the hand in the left hand and open the leg to the left. Try to rotate your body to the right, so the right hip sinks a little deeper into the floor and rock the leg again. On the exhale, we'll pick the leg up to the ceiling, switch hands, and bring it across the body. Spiral over hip, waist, ribs off the ground, ankles with the scapula through the shoulder middle. And you rotate your left leg internally to increase the stretchability. And then you pull the hip down to lift the leg up. Pull it back a little bit, another hamstring stretch. Both of the into your chest as you take the strap off the foot. Put it there, and then take it to the armpit. So a little bit to the side to open the upper inner thigh there. And back. And then stretch the leg forward, open it out. Shake out your legs. And we come up and just look right down your midline. You should look the body aligned. So notice sternum, they will keep it going center between. All right, we're rolling up again. Up and the other front third of your mat for volume with the ball. So here, elbows wide, hold your shins toward the back of your thighs. And we look into the belly as you roll the tail up. Inhale, lift the tailbone just the shoulder blades. Exhale, come back to balance. Keep your knees down, so you're going to stay off the mat as you roll. Bring it back up, massage it back. There's a press back with your hands into the shins and forward with your shins in. And one more like this. To come up, and then you can roll your feet. We're going to roll back into the ab series, right into the right ankle, left leg below the right. And will be in your upper curl when you go back. So really use the arms and the pull of the arms. So you lift the torso, the shoulders forward as you look down. Now inhale, we switch the legs. Outside hand to the ankle again. Of course, you can always do this with the hip down. Just take the legs a little higher so you're not in your back. Pull one in tight, the other switches out. And do it again. Shoot leg out of the hip and reaches as far as possible with a soft foot. Let we're gripping the toes. Last time for the left leg to come in. Bring the right leg to meet it. And rest the hip down. Turn your head side to side. And then we're rolling up. To go down again for double leg stretch. So you're bringing arms forward. Curl the tail up. Go down, pull the knees in as you approach the rib cage. And then one hand to each shin, elbows wide, pull your chest forward. Now we're going to lift the arms up to the ceiling and circle the arms wide as you embrace the legs in. And stretch again. Hug the legs into your body. As the legs go out, you want to look up. Don't do it. Keep looking into your center. Reach again. Reach it two more. Exhale, pull, and one more pull. Join your body open without flattening the spine. Up in and roll forward and up. Hang your head down low and nod your head yes. And then look to one side and the other, nodding no. Just give your neck a chance to release and lengthen here. And then we come all the way up to go back for scissors. So going back, you can pull one leg in, lift that leg up, reach high on the calf, turn the ankle of the foot, and pull up a little deeper into the upper elbow. Look down your nose at your abs and you switch. And switch again. The legs try to be straight when they can, and when you lift them high, they need to bend a little bit. Just go to the place where your hamstring gets a good stretch. You can use the work in your arms to pull you up and forward. Look down your nose at your abs and not up at your toes. So as soon as your head tips back, it becomes more in your neck for sure. And listen the abs. We end with the left leg in, lift both legs up, support your head with your hands, and pull the back of the skull off as you look down at your chest wall, down your navel. We're going to take the legs forward just a little bit. And then exhale, pull the belly deep, and you move the legs up. So you want to be careful to get your legs here that connect directly to your low spine. So we only go as far forward as your back still feels like it's supported by the abdominal wall. The abs are going to work. As you go further forward, just give yourself the grace to just have a smaller movement rather than a larger one. to keep your back safe. All right, and then we're gonna twist it away. And then twist it away. You pull in and twist your body towards the air that's coming into you. And rock from one side to the other, just forward and up. So it's flexion to the spine, it's forward rotation. Do one more set, the leg shoots right out of the side, in line with the hip. And then you pull it on back and rest down. Plug the knees in, one hand to each knee, and just draw some circles with the knees here. Stir the legs on the socket, breathing as you do it, of course. Slow inhale, slow exhale, and reverse the circles. This will help release your back. If you need it, and give your neck a chance to rest. All right, we're rolling up again. Legs open for spine stretch, elevate your hips if your hamstrings are really tight. So today, let's bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Lift up, imagine holding a ball between your hands. You're going to lift the ball, stretch the waist, and then waterfall backwards to the upper body of the breast and spine. And then we bring the ball forward, against forward with it, and lift up and bounce over a visible ball here on your lap. Curve your spine around that ball and bring your hands down towards the ground. And then we press to the sit bones, press the heels to come up. Lift the ball, lift the gaze, and then waterfall backwards to the bra line. And forward again. Up, over, and down. One more time. Seated swan. And then center and forward. And hold on to your feet, your legs, your ankles, anywhere. And reach the heels forward, pull the waist back, feel that extra stretch in the lower back. And then we're moving forward for opening balance, rocker. So you can hold on to the back of the thighs, easier to arms go inside the legs, hold on to the ankles. A little more difficult and rock back, lifting the tail, balance on your sacrum. The right leg extends up. And exhale, drawing it back down, edges of the feet together, another line. Good. And down. Right leg again, and shoulders melt down the back of your body. And now the left. Good cheer. And pull it back in. Both at the same time, they go up. Maybe wrap your hands around the back of the calves for support. And then pull the heels together, hands back on the top of the shins. Do that again. Stretch, and then bring it back. Next time I get ready to roll. So you can take it up. Look at your abs, curl the tail up to start to move it back, move the blades. Exhale forward up to balance. And again. Tail lifts, pull back. Exhale forward. We always get back to rolling like a ball. If you wanted to do this version. And last one. And bend your knees. Grab your hair down. You take the band around the feet. With corkscrew. Okay, and then very roll your spine back down. Hold the legs in, and then lift the feet up to the floor. Your elbows go down and forward towards your hips. And here we do a soft point with the feet. Take the legs over to the right, circle them around to the left. Complete the circle at the top and reverse. So we're drawing a circle about the size of a basketball and maybe a cantaloupe. Trying to hold the hips pretty steady. You'll feel the weight shift around your sacrum, around your side joints. Try to bring the legs high enough up towards the ceiling that you feel a stretch in the back of your legs. You're still trying to press down through your glutes into the mat. Okay, and then pull the knees in. The back goes off to the side. And then we'll roll forward and up for soft. So arms out, so your collarbones, lift the chest, look across the room, and you'll rotate to the right and back over. Outside of the hand to the outside of the leg. The palm just up and we trust this room behind you. And we lift from upright, unwind, and twist and dive here. Stretch. From one set of fingertips to the other. Pull upright, center, bend the knees as much as you need to, so your body has some mobility here in the spine. Down. Down. And last one to the other side. Good. Come up, and then the arms sink down. We'll bring the legs together and flip over onto your stomach. Let's do swan neutral. So the roller will be halfway down your forearm, so between your wrist and your elbow. Then as you stretch the arms out, you can widen the arms a little bit, widen the shoulder width if you're feeling a little tight in the chest. Ears between arms, top of the feet press into the ground. And then we pull the gaze forward, we pull the chest forward. The roller pulls in as you lift the shoulders up, with the muscles in your back. And then you release the abdominal wall down into the ground. So you knit it in, you zip into it from the pubic bone to the chest. And then the ears are between the arms as you look forward and down. You might feel this stretch into your lat, into your armpit. So pull the shoulder blades down your back as you propel forward and up. The roller gives your spine an idea, but it's like to lift or lower one vertebra at a time. And then again, you pull the blades back, the collarbones widen. Your gaze goes forward across the floor and then up the lower part of the wall. You're looking up with your eyes towards your hairline, even on the way down. Keep the focus lift on the way down until you finally lower everything towards the floor. All right, and then we can push the lower side and sit back in a child's pose, assuming that works for your knees. Otherwise, you lay on your back and pull the knees into your body. So we let the forehead drop, stretch out the spine by curling the tail under towards your gaze, and breathe into your back. From here, we slide forward out into our forearms. Horsing blade kick. Push your fists down, pull the elbows back, and propel the chest forward. Then we kick the right heel in, 1, 2, and lower than the left, pulse 1, 2, and down, now the right. Double beat. This will give you a little stretch in your quad. We're trying to keep the pelvic bones rounded here into the mat, so that we stretch open the hip as you pulse the leg. The arms are active, don't let your torso collapse. So really push the floor down, pull the chest forward and up, and lift your eyes to. Do one more set. And let's go ahead and lay down on your stomach. Turn your head to the right. And you overlap your hands near the base of your ribs and let the elbows fall. Double leg kick is next. So take an inhale to prepare, lengthen. As you exhale, kick 1, 2, 3 with both legs. The feet go down, you sweep your arms back, turn the palms in, and lift your chest. Lower down, look to your left. Hands on the base of the ribs, pulsing 1, 2, 3. The legs lower, you inhale to come up with the torso, the upper back in extension like it was with the roller, and down to the right. And exhale the air out of your lungs as you pulse. 3 times here. Legs go down, reach back. Down we go, turn back. Last set. Pulsing 2, 3. Top of the feet to the ground. The arms reach back and pull together as you lift the heart up, eyes up, and then bring yourself down and press your hands into the mat. Push off and into a second child's pose here. Where you curl the tail under, stretch out that low spine. And then stack your spine coming up. We're gonna flip over onto our backs for shoulder bridge next. All right, so again, once you're sitting, you can roll down. Always want to give those abs a little extra workout. And then here, repeat maybe 8 to 10 inches from your sits bones, the arms lengthen at your side. And as you press with the palms of the hand, we pull back with the heels, curl the tail up, and the knees start to glide forward over the toes. We lift the spine from the bottom to the top. At the top of the movement, roll a little externally with the arms. The shoulders push down into the ground and the blades narrow beneath you. To come out of it, we're going to roll the shoulders inward, internal rotation through the upper arms, and then curve your back down from the top to the tail. Come all the way down, the abdominal wall releases, the pelvic girdle back into the ground. And when the tail sinks into the floor, the waist floats up, you have your natural arch in your waist. And let's do it again. So when the tail starts to lift, pelvic top, your waist presses down. You push off your legs, pull the knees forward like someone's dragging your shins to the wall in front of you. Come up, up, up. As the shoulders roll out and down, you lift the chest higher, and then you use your glutes to push the hips up a little bit higher here too. And as you roll to the inner arm, feel the blades separate underneath you and bring your rib cage down between the shoulder blades. Imprint your spine down, one vertebra after another, until you're all the way down at the base of your spine and your tail. We'll do that one more time. Just mobilizing your spine here, rocking the pelvis to start the movement of the tail lifting first. The glutes get engaged pretty soon. And at the same time, as you're pushing down through your feet and your arms, you're pushing up with the chest and with the glutes to lift the hips and open them up. And then roll to the inner arm and come down. Try to really work with your pressing tape into a package from one end of the tape to the other. All right. And now we come forward, rocking up for spine twist. Always sit on your roller, sit on the yoga block, sit on a book, or even bend your knees a lot so that you're right up on your sits bones. Your arms would extend out and roll. Rotate to the right and plus 1, 2, 3. Center and to the left. Twist here, 1, 2, 3. Come back and again. Legs straight, but only if you can stay pushed on the sits bone without tucking and falling back with your waistline. One more set. And again to the left. We come center, lower the arms, and we'll roll back to do jackknife, which is like shoulder stand. If it's in your practice, if not, choose a different thing, right? So one of the earlier exercises, shoulder bridge would be a good one, or a roll up. But so when we roll back, we have the roller under the legs. And once you lift your hips up onto the roller, right? Or just like once you lift your legs up and lift starts with the hips, you cannot turn your hips to the side. You always have to look up when the weight's into your shoulders so that you protect your neck. So we fold the knees into your torso. You pull the roller towards your armpits so it doesn't go forward. You lift the legs up to the ceiling. And then the legs would reach forward away from your chest to have a little running start. You inhale to bring the legs up, you push down into the roller, you lift your hips and bring the legs up overhead. And then bring yourself down, pressing your wrist into the roller to come down with some control. Land, and then the legs reach out and away. So sides zip together, inhale here, exhale, push down, pick up your hips. And then bring it down slowly. Reach the legs away. You can also do this, of course, without the roller under you. Once the start with the roller, it's easy for you. More load to lift it from the ground. and then roll it back down. Okay. So another way to start to practice the feeling of lifting the legs is to actually figure out how to lift the tailbone up initially, right? So when we start this, some of you will remember this from a while ago. So you would cross your ankles, take your hands here so that your thighs would remain vertical, and just curl the tail up and try to pick the knees up like half an inch to an inch higher. So you're going to imprint down with your waist and lift the legs just a little bit to get that feeling of the start of lifting the tailbone to pick up your legs. I had a teacher who called it the bunny hop, and I have no idea why. Doesn't remind me at all of that. But you definitely, when you do that, can you really feel those lower abdominals working to pick the pubic bone up, and the back foot rounds and sort of flattens into the ground for that lift. So recross your ankles. Let's do a few more. So, and your hands are held here so that the legs don't pull back, which is actually what we do when we go into the jackknife. But here we're just really trying to focus on the low abdominal contraction to start to lift the tail of the pubic bone up and away from the ground. And this is just a fantastic exercise anyway for the super low abdominals. Remember the rectus abdominal muscle, the six pack goes all the way down to the pubic bone. So we want to engage that as part of the whole structure of the abdominal wall. Okay. So we can play with that like through the holidays and into January until you come back once we start in the semester. So here we go. So let's from here go into a little bit of teaser. So we're going to start with the band. And pull the leg in, pick up your toes, and take the bands around the balls of your feet and the top of the arch. We check up on the band pretty much. And we curl the tail up, the movement we were just doing, and then lift your feet off the ground. So for most women, toes at eye level, for most men, feet a little bit lower. But you want to be sure that your back is rounded, you're in the C curve, and your back isn't arching. And that's going to hold true if you start to move the leg. So we're going to first start to curl the tail up and push the legs out just a little bit. Just start to roll back. Just take the torso down a bit and push a little bit out, and then pull everything together and come in. So it's basically like you want to think about the two parts of your body opening when the flower opens to the sun and it closes at night. We want to keep that balance, which is easy to say and not easy to do. So feet are up, legs together, elbows wide, hold the tail up, and try to imprint your low back down. And if you're used to doing this, you can go further. So eventually the goal would be to go all the way down. The heels would touch when you're touching the tip of your blades down. So you lay your head back. And then to come up, lift your head, pull the shoulders forward, pull the knees in, and bring the whole body up, looking at your toes the whole time. Yep. And we go down just a little bit initially to start building strength into the low abs, and then pull it up from there. And you can see this is like an advanced roll down and roll up, but with the feet off the ground, and you have to figure out how to navigate the weight of your legs so that you don't arch the back at all. And then you pull everything together into the center. Okay. It's one of the hardest intermediate level exercises just for this, the amount of control it needs and the way you have to understand like where your center of balance is through your spine the whole time. Yeah. This is not usually an exercise you do when you third time to class, just so you know. All right, so but good for trying. So, okay, so from here, let's go on our fronts and we'll do a little bit of the clamps here. So you can stretch on that. support your head, or alternatively, you can lay your head down on your arm if that just feels better. But if in either case, you're going to pull the elbow in towards the armpits, you engage a little bit here into the sideline of your body. And we begin by rotating the top knee externally to lift the leg up, edges of your feet together. As you open the clamshell and then close the knee down, so the feet are stacked edge to edge again. So you lift and then close. It's also helpful sometimes to take your hand into the crease, a couple inches from the pubic symphysis, and then pick the knee up. So you're really working from the hip socket, which would be a couple inches in from your fingertip pointing into the body. Because otherwise people tend to like roll back by rotating the pelvis to bring the knee up. You won't go as far typically, right? If you keep the hips stacked, but you will work into your external rotators more if you do that. Good. Now, on the next time we lift the knee up, we'll extend the leg out, bend the knee, replacing the edges of the feet together, and the exhale, close the knees. So in this one, it's really critical that you hold the thigh in the same position while you bend, while you extend and bend the knee, so that your feet still stay lined up at the end of the repetition. So we'll do that again. Knee lifts, extend the knee, bend the knee, close the knees together. One more. Look straight ahead so that your neck is long and your head's aligned with the rest of your spine. Okay, and now fire hydrant, we're picking the whole leg up as a unit and bring it down. This is really targeting your glute medius. So it helps build strength for standing postures on one leg, as well as functionally for walking. Do that again. Cosmetically, it helps eliminate saddlebags here. All right, and then we're going on to the other side. So you can come up or just flip over. I'm gonna still see you in the camera, so I'm gonna go this way. Right. And then we'll pull the knee up and rotate it down. So again, you always can take your hand into the crease. Remind yourself that the pelvic bones stay steady while you move the femur. And now lift the knee, extend the leg, straighten it. Bend the knee, edges of your feet together, exhale, close it down. So it lifts, you extend, you flex the knee, you bring it back down. And then once we close, fire hydrant, pull the leg up, lower it down. Lift and lower. Bring it up, sink it down, and again. Let's go for two more. And one more time. All right, perfect. So let's lay on your backs. And we'll choose the roller here. We'll take it under the face. Lift up, find this across the paper. And then fold it into your chest. We're going to lift the legs up to the ceiling. Just do a few bicycles here. So right over, just roll it down. Slide the foot in as the other one extends out. And let's reverse. Skateboard forward, scoop the air up at the top of your shin. And both legs in the air. Bend your knees, lower your feet, reach up, the roller comes out. And then we'll come up to use the roller for a little side. So you can have your legs in this sort of diagonal position or Z-sit, sometimes it's called. So the sole of one foot's against the thigh of the other. And we'll take the hand on the roller. The other arm lifts up. And let's side bend towards the roller. Come up and then side bend away from you. This time you come up and let your hands slide out across the roller. The elbow should be just slightly in front of your shoulder as you dive over. You look towards your hands here and it goes back in line with your spine. Press into your arm, but pull from the long side of your body and then just take it over. Side bend. Coming up, switch on out. That roller is pretty hard to do this on. It feels weird in the shoulder.
Sorry, it feels better.
Yeah. It's nice when you have the sense to stop when something hurts, right?
It's like pressure. It's
Mm.
probably how hard it is.
Now, first we do the side bend with the arm up and back, and then circle through, thread the needle, bring the arm forward, out and back behind you, go into wrist extension, and then cup the palm, come around and in. And do that again, just here, through, and one more time into extension. Then bring it up to the ceiling, side bend, and pull up, lift. And we're gonna switch the roller and switch roles. Okay, so first we do just a little side bend over in the direction of your roller. And then we came up and moved away from the roller. Then we're gonna slide the roller out, a little deeper side bend. Up and take it out again. First your side bend, lift the arm, take it back, and then circle through it. And sweep the arm back, reach behind you, circle forward and around. Take it back, open the chest. Two more like this. We'll have the back opens, it broadens, their space increases behind the blades as you go forward. The blades narrow as you go back. Now the arm comes up, side bend over, and pull yourself all the way up. And one more side bend. All right, and then we can lower. Just thank you so much for coming to class today, last day of the semester for us here. I know I'm shocked, right?
We don't have next week.
I know. So everyone have a great holiday. You know, good luck getting to that point and then really enjoy it. And have all good resolutions, including being kind to yourself, beginning of the year. And I will see you, I think it's the third week in January. I'll look up the dates for those of you who are here. But the